Hello, hello, welcome back to the Asian Basketball League right here on wherever you're watching, but it is held live at the Maba Stadium, Kuala Lumpur. This is the game between Zamboanga Valientes as well as Macau Black Bears, and this is a big game here. I'm sure you guys know why. Mario Chalmers, 2 times NBA champion, has joined the Zamboanga Valientes team. Match commentators for today, I am Ming on the mic, and along with me is Ben Ibrahim, who is down on the court ready for a pre-game interview. But before that, let's talk a little bit about the teams. Macau Black Bears is a great team, great team. They are 6-2 in the league, I do believe, and will be looking to get that 7th win to match up with Saigon Heat and NS Matrix Malaysia, who has got their respective wins yesterday. Zamboanga Valientes, they have had Mario Chalmers. Need I say more? But as you can see, the teams are warming up on the court at the moment right now. And you can see another key player for the Zamboanga Valientes teams, Antonio Hester, or so they call him, Big Hess, from where he's from. A really powerful player that likes to play the bully ball down low, and he'll be a player we look at tonight. Going up against D'Angelo Hamilton there of the Macau Black Bears. We'll see. Look forward to the internal battle. We hope you enjoyed the previous game before this. And as we can see here, the keys to the game for both teams. Current record for Macau Black Bears is 6-2, and Zamboanga Valientes just behind them at 5-3. Tops 2 scoring offense in the Zamboanga for the Zamboanga team, 89.4 points per game. But they go up against the best defense in the league, 66.5 points only allowed in this game. To the opponents, my bad. And Zamboanga shares the balls well as well, 23 assists per game, whereas Macau Black Bears, they choose their shots well, efficiently. 47.9% field goal leads the league in that category. So a great matchup here today. Ben is back here at the commentator's table.
Yeah, that's right. We're just waiting for the interview with that man right there, 2-time NBA champion with the Miami Heat, Mario Chalmers. Will he be the difference here today? And that is the major question that everybody's asking. According to his CV, he will be. But sometimes what goes on paper and what goes on in actual reality is 2 different things, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I spoke to Coach Charles Dubra. Sorry, let me get this right. Charles Dubebra from Macau Black Bears, and he also asked, we're not sure about the mentality of Mario Chalmers at the moment. So just trying to figure it out. This is his first game. He just arrived from America yesterday night in KLIA.
Yeah, he just got off a plane. I mean, this guy. I'll be very honest with you. I mean, yes, he's got a great basketball CV. He doesn't get any bigger than becoming an NBA champion.
Exactly.
But he's going to be up with the likes of Daquan Abram, who wants to prove a point, who's averaging 19.4 points per game in this ABL invitation. He had a very good Batam tournament, but the Achilles heel of this Macau team is defense, and that's something they'll have to address in this game, Ming.
Yes, Ben, I have to correct that a little bit. They allow only 66 points per game to the opponents. That is a league best, by the way. So I'm not sure if they play slow or.
Let me rephrase that then. Consistency of defense, because the games that I called in Batam, seriously, they should have won some of those games quite easily. But defense was quite inconsistent. But the one man who is very consistent is Isaiah Wade, the man that we call I Wade. And I Wade, D Wade, Dwayne Wade played for the Miami Heat, so it's interesting at the moment.
I give you a fun fact right here, guys. Isaiah Wade's middle name is actually Barry Allen, so potentials of the flash there.
Well, he's very quick. He is very quick. He's very good at playing the transition game, winning those defensive rebounds, pushing the pace, getting it up the floor, advancing, and then setting up his teammates. Sometimes he attacks the rack, and his moves in the air are absolutely super dynamic and athletic.
Yeah, you know, and I weighed an athletic 3-4 guy, you know, that can run the floor well, like you said. And he had that highlight in the Batam leg as well, where he, you know, windmilled the ball and went up for that athletic layup. Do you remember that, Jeff? Ben, sorry.
Yeah, well, I called it because it's on ABL Instagram.
Exactly.
And I just said, someone send a message to our ABL content team and put that on social media, and literally it was, and it's had a huge following ever since. So please, on that note, everybody, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and press subscribe on ASEAN Basketball League YouTube page.
As the players get ready for their introduction at the moment, we will see the introductions of Macau Black Bears first.
That's right, and the Macau Black Bears they haven't made any changes to their team, you know, and D'Angelo Hamilton was a late replacement for an injured one of the imports in Batam.
Yeah, and he's a familiar face, you know. We've seen him play with MBC, Malacca Basketball Club, in the Malaysian D-League, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely right. And just got to correct you a bit there earlier, Ming. Forgive me for sounding like a school teacher, but it's Charles Dubois Bray.
Dubois Bray.
Yeah, it's French Canadian. So my advice to you before you say his name, slow it down. Slow it right down. I call him Coach Charles. He's a great guy, young coach, 41 years of age, a lot of experience in North America.
Yeah, and we can see the Macau players taking the floor right now. Number 7, Yao Baijia. Number 6, Du Yifan. Number 9, Raymond Yong. And number 10, Zheng Pu Cheng. Number 26 just took the floor as well, Yang K. Leong. As we see more of the bench players come out at the moment. Ben, we see Daquan Abram.
Yeah, just call him the Quan Man. That's his nickname. and there's Wade right there, Isaiah Wade, a great two-way player. Really nice guy as well. I call him the Minnesota Miracle Man. Because he was born in Minnesota, so he loves that name.
And that guy, Jennings Leong, a really good shooter.
Outstanding,
outstanding.
And he's been doing it for a very, very long time. His mother is Filipino, his father's from Hong Kong.
And we see the final 2 starters there, D'Angelo Hamilton as well as Lau Shan Pong. Right there, the starting 5 for Coach Dubois Bray.
Well done, Ming. I'm so proud of you, my friend.
Thank you, thank you.
And there's a good Philippines crowd in the other side of the stadium.
And Ben, this song that's playing right now for the introduction, this is the Zamboanga Valientes team song.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you got to feel for the Zamboanga citizens. They went through some, you know, a bit of a domestic disaster with floods happening in their kampong, in their hometown during the Batam leg. So it was the mood in Batam was very, very somber.
Yeah, you know, and we can see their players coming out now. James Kwekute, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, James Kwekute, he's a great player. J.R. Kawaling there, an ABL champion of the 2013 team. Arguably the greatest ABL team to be ever assembled. They only lost 3 games that season.
That's tough.
And they swept the Indonesia Warriors, that Philippines team, in the final 3-0.
Sorry, we see Jeffrey Wonderboy Bernardo as well taking the floor. He's a local of Zamboanga.
Yeah, and a crafty, nifty defender. He just gets in your face. He knows the spots. He knows the buttons to press. And Kemar Carino, who played as an import in our league last year, he's a good player. And Antonio Hester, a great guy. The Miami the Miami offense machine, I call him.
You know what he's called? He's called Big Hess.
Well, I call him the Miami sound machine because he can make music on the floor. Very nice guy. And all the attention right there on Mr. 1, Mario Chalmers. And I'm just going to go down to try to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, you know, Ben, you know, it's not often we do have an NBA champion in the arena here, and you know, all the players are just in the arena trying to look at what he brings to the Zamboanga Valientes team. As we see our referees for the night, crew chief Bong Mi Brida, Eng Hua Long from Malaysia, as well as Shitan Triu from Vietnam. They will be our referees for tonight, refereeing this game between the Zamboanga Valientes team as well as the Macau Black Bears. The band is ready with Mario Chalmers right now, and we'll go to him right now.
Well, the man of the moment is right here, all the way from America, two-time NBA champion Mario Chalmers in the ASEAN Basketball League. Mario, welcome to Malaysia. Welcome to the ASEAN Basketball League. How does it feel to be in this part of the world?
Feels a little ahead of time, but I'm happy to be here, happy for the experience, and ready to make the most of it.
Now, Zamboanga, the Valientes team, have been playing inconsistent basketball. Some great talent in your team, but you have a lot of fans from the Philippines right here. And they're making a "Kumusta? Maganda ang Pilipinas." So what do you have to say to them and everybody at Zamboanga back in the Philippines?
Get ready to have fun tonight. Let's watch a good game, and let's get the win.
And the final question, technical play that you hope to execute here today against a very talented Macau Black Bears team.
Just want to play, win, and get the win.
Well, all the best to you, my friend. Have a great game, and all the best to you and the team. All the best to Macau, and all the best to Zamboanga Valientes. It's back to you, Meng. I'll be joining you in the next 15 seconds, if I can run faster.
Thank you very much, Ben. That's a great interview there. Just getting the win. That's all Mario Chalmers has on his mind right now. Getting that win for Zamboanga Valientes. They will need that. And we do see the starting lineup here. Mario Chalmers will be the point guard for the team. Jeremy Arthur, shooting guard. Rudy Linganai Jr., small forward. Antonio Hester will be the power forward. And Kemal Corino, the stretch 5 for Zamboanga Valientes. Whereas for the... so that is an interesting lineup there. With good spacing there. Zamboanga Valientes usually plays a 3-out 2-in or a 4-out 1-in formation where they will tend to share the ball really well, sharing it around the perimeter to open up the defense. Macau Black Bears been going with a starting lineup of Jenning Leong, Daquan Abram, Isaiah Wade, D'Angelo Hamilton, as well as Lau Chon Pong.
Yeah, Lau Chon Pong, a great outside shooter. So, with him and Jenning Leong and Daquan Abram, like he's one of the best. And it's a really, really good team. But again, today, Meng, I'm a little bit starstruck because I just interviewed Mario Chalmers, but I hope I didn't make you jealous, bro. But basically, they've got to put that intimidation factor away because Coach Bobby Dick, he's such a nice guy. We always say to each other, he comes up to me and says, Ben, I've got a good team, but we just make some critical mistakes at the critical points of the game, which leads to free throws for the other team.
Yeah, just the smallest mistakes can make the difference there. Just like we saw in that previous game, Singapore Slingers not grabbing that rebound, which would have allowed Coach Neo to call a timeout there to maybe drop a play on the offensive end, and that forced them to a loss right there.
Very much so, and Coach Charles, he's a really, really good coach. He's got ABL experience. He was part of this team in season 20 and over the years. Very young coach. He joined the Macau Black Bears when he was, I think, about 38 or 37. Very young guy, and then he stuck with the program. A talented coach like him could have gone anywhere in the world, but he said to me, I want to build something here. I want to really build a legacy, and not only on the senior end, but on the pathway end.
Yeah, Ben, he was with this team in 2017, I do believe, when they were playing in the ABL as well. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, they were. He was their coach. When the Macau Black Bears entered the ASEAN Basketball League, with the guys of Mike McKinney and Watkins and Tucker, really, really good players. We were really, really spoiled with them coming down here. And he's done a very good job sticking with it. And we're just excited that he's here.
Yeah, he's Canadian. He's from I can't exactly remember, but he is staying in Toronto right now. He was involved with the Raptors 905, the G League team for Toronto Raptors.
That's right. Now he's really experienced. He's from Toronto, speaks fluent French. He does your job in French.
I see.
So he's an analyst, and he's worked in some French Canadian. The Canadian TV stations who do commentary in French Canadian.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. Yeah. Toi, toi, and oui, oui. So let's see who can really, really execute today. You know what? They've got, they've got the experience here. The Zamboanga team.
Yeah,
but,
look.
but the Macau team, take nothing away from the boys in black uniforms. They have no fear.
Yeah, man. Look, Ben, this game is all about Mario Chalmers. We'll be looking at how, well, everyone, not just us, everyone in the building and everyone online right now will be looking forward to a great performance from Mario Chalmers, but can he deliver?
Well, to all our viewers in the Philippines, I know they're watching. Maganda ang Pilipinas. Kumusta? Linganay. Rudy. Hester. For the fadeaway. Miss. Rebound by Daquan as he brings it up the floor. Just protecting. They want to limit their turnovers. I know that's one thing they've said to me in Batam. They want to limit those turnovers. The communication between me and the team in Batam was fantastic. They were very open after each game, sharing.
Yep.
Drive, scoop, and a hoop right there. Jenning Leung, exactly how he played in Batam.
Yeah, you know, right on cue. We were talking about him before the game. He's a great local for the Macau Black Bears, averaging about 20 points in the league so far.
No, he's He's super, super talented. And I'm sure that all the fans in Zamboanga and the Philippines will be very happy to know that his mother is from the Philippines.
Huh.
Yeah, so his father's from Hong Kong. He went to high school for a little bit in the Philippines, so he knows the culture very, very well.
But as you guys can see right there, you know, Antonio Hester with a big screen right there on a Lao Shan Pong, and Mario Chalmers drawing his first foul.
Well, without having to do too much, he might get his first production of the game.
Not the way we want to see him get his first points, but
hey, you know what? I mean, look what he said in the interview. It's about a win.
yeah.
You know, I mean, that this team needs to get back to consistency.
Yeah.
I really said this at Batam. I really thought, on paper, they've got some great players, excellent talent.
Yeah, you know, and getting the win is very important for the Zamboanga Valientes team because they're I do believe they're just below, just outside the playoff picture.
Yeah, they are outside the playoff picture. And he makes 1 out of 2. Mario Chalmers, the 2-time NBA champion. And gets one, so Zamboanga on the scoreboard. Lost the handle, gets it back, jetting bounce. Wade, fouled by Carino. Came out Carino. So he will go to the charity stripe. Mr. I. Wade.
Yep, the foul goes on Kenma Carino. A great pick and roll there, run by Jenning Leung, and he found his running partner, I. Wade, going to the rim. Kenma Carino not in position there, and Antonio Hester not happy with that.
Yeah, and Mr. Wade has been working on his free throw game. 1 out of 2. And Wade, 66% from the charity stripe during the regular season. Don't forget, it's a short season.
Yeah.
And we're doing things a bit differently compared to previous seasons. In season 2023, season 11, hashtag back for more. Chalmers driving, bouncing. Oh, great assist there by Chalmers to Hester, the Miami offense machine.
The play was just set up so well there and run so well.
That's what he was brought in for. You know, he knows how to play that role really, really well. Share the ball, get your teammates into it, and if you need to, hit him.
Yeah, you know, Ben, I spoke to assistant coach from the Zamboanga Valientes team, Joseph Romarate.
Oh, drops that in from the corner, and that is a fantastic, fantastic shot.
Yes, Ben, but Coach Romarate told me that they tried to run the plays, you know, teach the plays to Mario in practice today, and you know, he just did it all on one drive.
He's got the experience. No surprise, mate. I mean, his CV is very, very impressive. Daquan tries to split the Zamboanga defense, but staying strong. Rudy Linganai, the veteran, bounces it. Drive. As he tried to attack the rim right there. Mr. Jeremy Arthur. And
yeah, Ben, and it's interesting to see how Zamboanga Valientes is using Mario Chalmers at the moment. You know, Rudy Linganai still their primary ball handler, and Chalmers seems to have taken up a more, you know, off the ball role for the team.
Big shout out to Arthur's mother, Sharon Molano.
Oh, missing the secondary,
Yeah,
Jeremy
they're
Arthur.
very inconsistent from the stripe at the moment, Valientes, but early days yet. The Quan, Arthur trying to stay with him. Jennings, bounce, lost the handle, get it back. The Quan, great pass, Wade! As he went in for the 2 and took the contact, went to the ground.
A hard fall right there by Isaiah Wade.
Yep, a lot of fouls in this one, and that's what Coach Bowie Dick wants to limit. Because, in my opinion, when they played the Matrix in Singapore, they were the better team, objectively speaking. But they gave away so many fouls. The Matrix went to the stripe so many times, and fortunately for the Matrix, they hit those shots.
Yeah,
and that's why they won the game by a couple of points.
Yeah, Ben, but like you said, free throws inconsistent for most of the teams here in the ABL. I do believe it's not just the Zamboanga Valientes team, but a lot of teams just struggling hitting their free throws.
No, it's not about hitting it, but it's about sending the opponent to the line. You got to be smarter about that. And these guys, the Zamboanga team, they've got a high basketball IQ. A lot of these guys have played at the PBA level, the collegiate level. J.R. Kawaling is an ABL champion. Pump fake, shoots. And Coach Charles saying, no, as they say in France. And looks like Chalmers getting a little bit of action from the charity stripe.
Yeah, he does. He's been getting a lot of these calls to go his way at the start of this game here, and this is his third point. Sorry, his first point in the ABL.
And just about the Zamboanga team, the kind of talent they have in their team. They've got Gino Jumawas, Denver Cadiz, guys who are not here. That's how much talent and depth they have. And they've got some, like James Kwekute, I'm a really big fan of him, and Jeff Bernardo. So really stacked with good talent, but again, sometimes you don't have a lot of time together. Daquan Abram from the outside gets it to go from 3-ball land.
Yeah, and Antonio Hester wasn't happy about that. He had a hand up and he still knocked it down.
Hester in the lane. Hester, referee having a lot of say in this one, just like the referees had a lot of say in our first game between Saigon and the Bangkok Tigers.
Yeah,
so let's have a look at this right here, man.
Yeah, Ben, Big Hess, as they call him, is a guy who likes to play a little bit of bully ball, but I don't know how much bully ball he can play against
he's a big physical presence, but I wouldn't call him a bully. He's actually quite a disciplined player, and he was the best player in Batam. Wade over Hester, and at the moment, the Bears with a 6-point lead. Chalmers, great, handles it well right there, fires, knocks it in right there. Mario Chalmers.
Business as usual for Chalmers.
That was a 2-point shot, by the way. Okay.
It does seem that the players are slightly unhappy about the...
When does a player agree with the referee, mate?
Exactly.
You know better than that.
Yep, exactly. But they just have to take it and go on with the game.
Absolutely. High Wade. Hester getting low with him earlier. The Quan working on Arthur. Out. Up top. Couldn't get the drop. D'Angelo Hamilton had it. And that's what D'Angelo Hamilton's good at. Those second chance points, those offensive and defensive rebounds. The only thing he's got to be careful of is foul trouble. He had a lot of foul trouble in his games in Batam.
Yeah, Ben, and if you ask me, I do feel that a switch right there, Carino marking I Wade and Hester marking D'Angelo Hamilton will be a better matchup for the Macau the Zamboanga Valientes team.
Well, that's an interesting analogy right there, Meng. Let's see what happens. Carino, he's good at protecting the rim. Carino fires. Bang! Great shot right there by Arthur. I know he told me he wasn't happy with his performance in bottom, but he's looking to try to improve, and he's doing well at the moment. High screen by Iway, drive, couldn't want it in. And
Great defense there by Ken Marcarino, rotating over perfectly to...
well, a long player, Ken Marcarino is, so that's what he's there to do.
and an athletic player as well, you know, came out.
Yeah, he's very, very good. I agree with that. Chalmers thought about the step back. Carino off the fake. Rudy, step back, fires. Miss right there. Hamilton with the rebound. Daquan pushes it. Jennings protecting. Daquan and Jennings rotating between 1 and 2. Quan for the 3. Miss. Oh, good rebound, Isaiah. They go again. Attacks. Isaiah trying to go for the putback. No. Hester brings it up. Blows by all of them. As I was just trying to call one of the players' names from Macau, he just saved me from my script, and he just said, "Nope, don't worry about that, Ben. I'm just gonna beat 3 of them."
Yeah, you know, Antonio Hester with showing that he can handle the ball a little bit as well, leading the break, going coast to coast, drawing the N1 as he went straight at D'Angelo Hamilton.
Well, you know what? He's the best player on the court at the moment, in my opinion.
You're forgetting about NBA champion?
No. I mean, I'm calling it on form. You know, I'm not reading into big names.
Yeah.
You know, that's our job as commentators.
No.
We read it how we see it. And at the moment, Hester is playing well. Jennings drives, looking. Hamilton pump fake, up, couldn't put it away for the tip. No, Hamilton, yes. Third bite of the cherry.
There you go. That bucket ties the game up, and Antonio Hester going at it again.
Out. Arthur. Ooh, that's a hard screen there by Hester. If the referee says illegal screen, I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, no, that was a hard screen set there, but you could see that Antonio Hester moved it before the defender got past him.
So let's have a look at this here, Ming. What's going on? Or what went on?
Yeah, there you go. You know, just a little bit of elbow flare knocking defender off balance there. And that's not really allowed in the game of basketball.
So a big shout out to all our Macau Black fans in Macau. Hope you're well. Big shout out to all our friends in Pampanga, in Philippines, in Manila, wherever they are. Clark, in Bulacan.
Anywhere may you be.
Anywhere in the mighty basketball crazy nation of the Philippines. Swing up top, gets it to drop. Wait there, and we have our first timeout of this game.
Yeah, you know, Ben, Isaiah Wade did not shoot well in bottom from the top of the key, but he is good at knocking down corner threes. But right there.
And he's also good at attacking the rim, you know, that's his strength. Athletic guy, strong. We saw his highlight reels on social media.
Yeah, no doubt. But, you know, he obviously knew that and made some improvements there, knocking down that three-pointer to give Macau the lead. Timeout is called by Zamboanga Valientes. The score right now is Macau 17, Zamboanga trailing by 3. Take a look at the highlights here. Both the coaches just talking to the team in the team huddle there as the players return onto the court. Score is 17-14.
And there's a lot of comments on live stream. Most of it is in Tagalog. Sorry, everybody. The only thing I know how to say is Kumusta, Mabuhay, Salamat, Maganda ang Pilipinas. You know, and we love the Philippines. So, yeah, great comments right here. Some of our fans watching from all the way in Canada. So Canada A to all the viewers in Canada watching this game. And yeah, keep continuing to leave your comments there. Everyone will try to breathe them out a little bit later. But this game is very, very tight right now. Corner three, knocks it in right there. Mr. Experience, Mr. Dual ABL NBA champion.
Man, all he needs is just that sliver of space for him to release and fire.
Well, he's confident. I mean, I remember, I've got something to tell you and all the fans. Before I was watching, before he was announced that he was coming to Zamboanga, I was watching Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals, where he had a very, very good game, where LeBron was not having the best game in the first half. But Chalmers, double digits in that game, and Ray Allen hitting that big shot to send it to overtime. And that game could have gone to the San Antonio Spurs if it wasn't for one Mario Chalmers.
Yeah, and yet another offensive foul right there. Moving screen by Mohamed Sese, if I'm not wrong.
It's Cisse.
Cisse, sorry.
Yeah, I asked him before the game. He's a very nice guy, actually. Yeah, Mohamed Cisse.
But, Zamboanga has got to clean up some of these silly offensive fouls, turning the ball over such easily to Macau Black Bears.
Well, it's about, we always say basketball is a game of runs. I always tell young children who's playing the game, basketball is about protecting the ball.
Yeah.
So don't turn it over. But the hardest thing to do in basketball, especially when you're up against good defense. Isaiah Wade, a great defensive player. Spin. Gotta watch his footwork. It could have been a travel call right there. But here comes Linganai, the veteran. In the lane, out, swing, drive, push, wide open for the three. Couldn't put it away, but good hustle right here by Zamboanga as Rudy calls for a set. Good screen by K-Mark. Shoots for two. Oh, bank shot is good by the veteran, Rudy Linganai.
Yeah, Rudy Linganai, a veteran lefty there. 3-point threat as well as, he's confident in the shot.
Jennings, Hamilton, looking, driving in the lane. Oh, good block there by K-Mark Carino. What did I say about his height? Transition. Kwekute off the pass. And Coach Bobby Dick has brought in some other players, which is good to see. Kwekute sends it. Oh, and gets the Maba bounce and the roll. Timeout call. Macau Black Bears, who are on the back foot.
Yeah, Coach Showers is not happy with that. It seems like when Chalmers is off the floor, the Zamboanga team is playing even harder, maybe not wanting to let Chalmers carry all the load, showing the coach that we can do something too.
Absolutely. And please, everyone, follow us on our social media handles.
Yeah, Isaiah Wade knocking down that three-pointer there.
But Mr. Chalmers steps up when his team needs him. That's what he took made the long travel journey from America to be here. That's what he was brought in for. And look at that block by K-Mark Carino.
I know,
and transition, Kwekute with the shot, the bounce and in.
And Ben, Mario Chalmers, he was known most for the time when he was with LeBron James with the Miami Heat.
Yeah, the big three.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But, he has kept active, even after he was, not so active in the NBA. He played with a couple of teams in Europe. And, the past 2 seasons he spent time with G League teams. And he's still doing well. He's kept up his fitness.
Don't forget, he's 36 years old.
Yeah.
When your body is 36 years old, and we've got a few 36-year-old guys in this league, when you're at 36 years of age, you really got to look after your body really well. I mean, when our production team went up to him for the interview, he said, look, let me finish my stretching first. He really needs to stretch because, he doesn't want to get injured. I remember him saying that to me off camera. He's actually quite a nice guy. Drive. Oh, lost the handle. Good defense by Zamboanga. Here they come. Trying to spread the floor. Lost it right there. J.R. Kawaling.
Yeah, just another silly turnover as they do play well on both sides of the court, but it's this silly mistakes like Coach Moby Dick told you earlier. Just the silly mistakes.
Yeah, you gotta just stick to basics. I know it's easy for us to say, hard thing to do when you're under pressure.
Yeah.
Out, shoots, misses the shot. Hamilton with the rebound. Hamilton trying to go around Cisse. And that should be a Macau ball. The referee looked a bit unsure there for one moment.
Yeah, but 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
In my opinion, inbound it to one of the bigs, get it in the hands of Daquan. He's a great shooter. I think he's the leading three-point shooter in the league this season. I wait.
Oh,
Okay, didn't listen to my script. So here they come. Kwekute, a great collegiate player in the Philippines, launches it high. Miss. They've got to up the transition. Macau. Wing. Daquan calling for a set. Good screen by Wade. Daquan drives. That was smart by Daquan.
yeah, drove into a party of 3 right there. And I do think Morris is struggling a little bit, being elbowed by Daquan Abram as he made his way into the basket. As we
Let's
can
look at
see
this
on the
again.
replay.
Yeah, oh, he just awkward landing
Yeah.
right there. Ooh, Amores.
Yeah, he caught an elbow as Daquan Abram went to the basket there. So Morris might need some time here off the court.
He's actually got, I mean, he's known for his high basketball IQ, Amores. He knows how to play the game. He's actually one guy I would not like to go up against. He's tough, combative, and he's known for his, like, you know, lockdown perimeter defense back in the Philippines. I'm sure all our Philippines viewers who are watching right now. And we have Rebecca Houston watching from Oklahoma. Hey, Oklahoma. How does that song go? Oklahoma?
I can't
Where the
recall it
wind
right now.
blows
you
or
know.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember because Xavier Alexander is from Oklahoma, so he used to sing that song to me all the time as a joke.
But that's a lot of U.S. states in one comment there. Houston and Oklahoma.
And then we got Danny Nunes, Pamela Sumkyo, who's left a very long comment here. Thank you, Pamela, for your comment. Keep them coming, everybody. You're part of the action. Don't forget, before the end of the first period, Kwekute, can he send it? Shoots for the sidestep 3, miss.
Final
Jay?
possession there, Ben, and that was not really a great shot.
Not a great shot, but a very, I'll be honest, a topsy-turvy first quarter, but it is what it is. At the end of the first quarter, right here in Maba Stadium, Zamboanga Valientes 28, the Macau Black Bears 18. And welcome back, everybody. And we've got lots of comments on the live stream right here. Danny Nunes, thank you for the shout out to us commentators, Ben Ibrahim, myself, and Meng right next to me. And Demarcut saying flash. And some of you are saying, yes, do not mess with, you know, some of these guys, Amores and the rest.
Oh.
But, you know, it's been a pretty close game, everyone. You know, not high-octane game that we want, but early days yet. Meng, what do you expect to happen in the second period?
Yeah, no, you know, I do expect Zamboanga to come out a little bit right here, come out of their shells a little bit, trying to extend this lead right here over Macau Black Bears, but it will not be easy here.
Handoff, Wekute, Carino fires, puts it in right there, lands it in the tin, K-Mark, Carino.
Stretch 4 against stretch 4 there. Isaiah Wayne must not have read the scouting report.
Nope. He just looks like a lanky guy, but he can shoot him. You gotta D up on him, body up. Okay, so the Macau team looking a bit rattled here. Cross, drive. Wade couldn't finish at the rim. Good defense here, dogged defense by the Zamboanga boys, who have got fans everywhere around the world based on our live stream. Yes, Agent J, shout out from the wonderful country of the Philippines. Shout out to all our fans in Macau as well.
You know, been an offensive foul right there again by the Zamboanga team. This time an elbow extended there. You know, pushing his defender away as Macau regains possession.
Duquan working on Kwekute. Kwekute staying with him, chased by Kwekute. Posting up, back to the basket. Wade kicks, Hamilton swing. From the outside, driving, gotta watch the shot clock. Release. Oh, bank shot by the big man. He knows Maba well.
Yeah, he do, and D'Angelo Hamilton saying, don't forget me, I can hit trees as well.
Shimakase Azumi for watching as well.
Yeah, Ben, but you know, Macau Black Bears has been going to Isaiah Wade for offense, but he's only had 7 points off 8 shots, only making 2 from the field.
Well, I suppose Coach Charles he's a little bit in a dilemma of how best to use Wade. Wade is a two-way player, but he's only human. He's not a machine, you know. And who else do you call when you give him a rest?
Yeah, I mean, Daquan Abram has got to hunt out for a shot more. I feel like, you know, Wade wouldn't be someone I rely on to create offense, but he would be someone that can attack off the catch.
Look at that. He just glided to the cup right there. And that's Essa, one of the new players, Al-Dasir Essa, who's played on a few club teams in the Philippines. So he just joined this team.
All the way from Sulu.
Shoots. Kwekute! Nothing but net for James Kwekute.
Nice shot right there, extending it to a 6-point lead. James Kwekute.
Out. Wade for the triple. Miss. Shot's not going down for Macau. Hamilton, he's the enforcer here at the moment. Daquan. Jennings shoots for 3. Yes! Jennings Leung deposits from deep.
Yeah, you know, Jennings Leung, a great veteran for Macau Black Bears. You know, I actually watched their training this morning, and after the whole practice was done, Jennings Leung stayed behind.
Did you sleep? You're also the producer of this show, you know.
He stayed behind to knock down 15 three-pointers, 3 from each spot on the floor.
K-Mark from the elbow, yes! Puts that through and true for the deuce. K-Mark Carino.
A great shooting display, you know. I'd make one here, and then Zamboanga makes one back.
Pushing, and it's gonna go Macau's way. And only 5 points separating these two teams, but why does it feel, Meng, that I feel that Zamboanga is quite on top?
Well, you know, Zamboanga just feels like they've been having the better quarter, you know, of the two. And sometimes the Macau offense just looks a little bit broken.
Offensive foul right there, goes the other way. And Mario Chalmers draws the foul using his experience, and he's charming everybody with that big smile.
Yeah, Ben, tell you what, you know, there was a couple of crunching screens set on him earlier in the game, and this time when he felt that screen coming, he just fell to the floor and just that's all up in the head
That's
there.
basketball IQ.
Yeah.
That's experience. You can't buy that.
No.
You just can't. Koikute bounces it to Hester, who's getting some minutes in this period. Hester step back for the 2. Oh, in and out on the 2-point attempt right there by Hester. Don't forget, the Valientes team looking for payback. Macau beat them in Batam. Jennings Leung with a strong move. Slices it all the way to the tin. Jennings.
Wow, not just a 3-point shooter, but he took it to Cameron Carino right there. Challenging the longer defender at the rim. What a finish by Jennings Leung.
And there's a comment here by Revenant. Thank you, Revenant. And you shouted about a big man there, Chanatip Chakrawan, if I pronounced that correctly. I worked hard with my Thai players over the years, like with Darapong Apirom Bilaichai.
Oh, wow.
Piapong Pirun. And these are guys who have contributed to the ABL. Sends it, misses it. The Quan, he hasn't hit fire as yet, just like he did in Batam. Oh, he just went up right there.
Great strip there by Mario Chalmers on the Quan Abram. The veteran experience coming out on all of his plays.
And the Quan, very, very experienced. The Quan, he's played in a Division II club in Germany. He's played in NBL 1 in Australia. So, and someone saying Linganai means bell. Thank you, Danny Nunes.
Ding dong.
So will he ring that bell from the outside? Chalmers, Linganai, tries. Can he ring the bell? Ding! There it is, Rudy Linganai, just like his name.
All right, great shot there, but great find by Mario Chalmers as well to find his teammate open in the corner.
Jennings, a bit of a rush shot there from the outside, but here they come. Rudy Linganai shoots for 2. Linganai with a miss. They rise up. Puts it up, couldn't get that to drop. Hustle right here. It's getting a bit physical out there, which is great to see. This is what we want to see. Wade rises up and couldn't get that to drop. Chalmers, good pass. Linganai with the bell, and the rock is in.
Great awareness by Mario Chalmers. I just seem to be praising everything Mario Chalmers is doing, but he is doing such a good job. Heads up play there, throwing the ball ahead to Rudy Linganai, who finished.
No. Ken, the cameraman, Coach Charles is going absolutely berserk at the referees. He is going absolutely, in the word that I like to use, bunta.
Yeah, he's definitely not happy with the referee's call, but like you said to me just now, Ben, when are the teams happy with referees' calls?
When are coaches happy with referees?
When are the players happy?
When I went to the toilet just now, Coach Jelko just pulled me aside and said, he just started telling me, man, I really didn't agree with a lot of the calls. But I told him, Coach, they're the referees. We got to do what they say,
I mean, sometimes you just got to live with the decisions and just play basketball.
What do you say? Live and fly
Live
by the
and
call. That's what it is. No, that's what, as weird and comical as that sounds, that's what you got to do.
Live and let fly.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they're not going to change their mind.
Yeah, exactly. Their decision's final, so...
Yeah, I mean, they might go to the replay, but that's about it. So, but at saying that, Macau are 8 points down. And no disrespect, because I really like the Macau guys. No disrespect. They're good people. But they have just not been consistent, especially in this quarter.
Yes, that is for sure.
And I must give credit to Valientes. They play some good defense. Their defense has improved from Batam. Look at that. Chalmers setting it up. Rudy Linganai dancing, driving. Hester shoots from the baseline. In and out on a 2-point attempt. They just got to slow it right down here. And Meng, what are you going to say?
Yeah, Antonio Hester, not usually one to take the mid-range jumper. He usually, like I said, usually a bully ball kind of player, trying to bump his way to the rim to get an easy score.
Oh, not the greatest pass there by Wade. Oh, but they get it back as Zamboanga turn it over. Oh, Mario Chalmers getting physical with Mr. Wade. Barry Allen couldn't use his flash skills to get away from the NBA champion.
Yeah, you know, Mario Chalmers just shouting out there to attract the referee's attention, and it was a elbow right there by Isaiah Wade.
It wasn't an elbow, it was a smack. If I'm being very, very blunt. Yeah.
But that is the third foul on the board for Isaiah Wade.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt him because, you know, who's their reinforcement?
Yeah. No, who to take on Mario Chalmers if not him?
Not so much Mario Chalmers, but Hester. You know, and Arthur and Carino. You know, this team is more than, no disrespect, this team is more than Mario Chalmers. This is a very, very talented team. When I first saw this team at the start of the Invitational Series, before Singapore started, I was like, wow, be scared of these guys. And don't forget, there has been 3 Philippines teams or clubs that have won the ABL championship. Okay, in the history of the ABL when it first started in 2009.
Sorry, Ben. Just looking back on that play right there, D'Angelo Hamilton just picked up his 3rd foul, and Coach Charles is not happy with that. And on the replay there, Ben, you know, I do think that it was a clean strip by D'Angelo Hamilton. I do think so. That's my professional opinion as a commentator.
All right.
But Hester will go to the line.
Hester has played as an import in Iceland, Spain, and France. He's an Iceland basketball champion in 2018. Went to university in Alabama. Big shout out to everybody in Alabama.
Ben, I'm just going to add a little bit to that. You know, he also played in the tournament, TBT, the tournament, as well as the Ones Basketball League back in the U.S. The Ones Basketball League is actually organized by Tracy McGrady.
Oh, T-Mac.
Yeah.
Up. Rebound. Swinging. Inside. Pump fake. Up. A strong move there by Hester. The Miami offense machine gets it going once again.
Yeah, and D'Angelo Hamilton not happy with that. You know, rated with 3 fouls. He could only keep his hands up right there.
You know, 2 weeks is a long time in basketball, and just 2 weeks later, it is the Zamboanga team who is in control of this game at the moment. And in my opinion, Macau, when they're coming up with their offense, they're looking a little bit rushed here at the moment, really trying to get back in this game quickly.
Ben, you know, the last game that Macau Black Bears played was against the Zamboanga Valientes team in Batam. So they will have known this team really well.
No, because you know what?
Because
it was the magical 3rd quarter. I was the commentator for that game. It was the magical because in the first half it was all Macau. And then Zamboanga, to their credit, because of this man right here, and Kwekute, they just made the comeback of all comebacks. Wow. And we thought, I mean, Bernardo Hadiademeggio, my partner, my analyst partner, we thought, okay, Zamboanga within a chance.
Yeah.
You know, and they were playing with a lot of emotion back then because, you know, of what happened in Zamboanga. The tragedy that happened in Zamboanga. So the team were playing for the Zamboangan citizens. And then all of a sudden, it sort of fell apart in the 4th quarter.
But let me tell you this, with D'Angelo Hamilton now sitting, there is no one that can defend Antonio Hester right now on the floor for Macau.
And Daquan Abram just opened an invitation to the rim to give the Macau team a very much needed 2 points. Chalmers controlling it well. I'm impressed with his quarterback skills.
Watch this, Ben.
Hester, Chalmers releases, and it sinks it right there. No problem. How do you say no problem in Tagalog? Give me some help to all our viewers out there on live stream.
Yeah, but the 2-man game is something I want to see Zamboanga come back to.
Backdoor cut by Daquan. Rudy fires. That should be a 2 if he gets it in. No. Rebound there by Macau. And Rudy Linganai showing all his experience there with the bumps. Yeah, really giving it to the Macau team. He may look like Mr. Innocent, but look at him. He just knows how to do it. He's very, very smart player.
Yeah, came out holding on his family jewels right there as well, you know. Great foul to stop the transition.
So I think someone is saying is walang problema. So I'm going to say that later. Walang problema. I learned some Tagalog tonight.
Yeah,
Walang problema yan.
And that's good defense by Zamboanga Valientes on that play right there. Switching on everything there. Forcing a tough shot for the Macau Black Bears.
Well, the Zamboangan Filipino fans who speak Tagalog are so generous to leave the translation. So walang problema. It means no problem in Tagalog.
Yeah, and Coach
Salamat,
Charles.
thank you.
Sorry, Ben. Coach Charles not, probably already resigned to the calls made on the floor right here. You could see his face just now.
Well, I mean, to be fair to him, he's a little bit stuck. He's down by double digits. Two of his bigs are in foul trouble. He's looking at the bench. Who does he look to? No disrespect. A lot of these guys, my opinion is to try to bring on Raymond Yung. Number 9 for he's Canadian Chinese heritage player.
But does he have the size to defend the Zamboanga?
He doesn't have size, but he's got range. Here's Jennings, the man with range. Wade
Oh!
with the windmill right there. He just said enough is enough. I need to get us some production. And Cisse right there with the response. That is the highlight of today, right there with that windmill slam by Wade.
I know, man.
He just took the escalator, escalated, and slammed it down with authority and frustration.
Man, Wade put all his frustration into that cockback dunk. That, if something was made into a poster, that would have been a nice poster.
That is the best moment I have seen in the two legs.
I'm hoping a photographer caught that on camera, because that would have been such a nice moment.
Puts it away right there, Coach Charles. He's
not happy.
Preaching something.
He was barking something at us, but we couldn't hear him through the headphones.
No, I know what he said. He wasn't criticizing us. He was criticizing his frustration.
Yep.
So Rebecca Houston, proud mama from Oklahoma. How are you, Rebecca? And your son is a great guy. I became really good friends with him in Batam. He's a friend for life. So thanks for sharing, Rebecca. And to all the mums out there of the ABL players, I must say I've met all the players in the league. All you parents, uncles, aunties, grandmothers, you've done a fine job raising these young men who play the game in the ASEAN Basketball League. On that note, follow us on ABL, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Ben, but let's take a look at the highlights. I really want to look back at that dunk right there by Wade. I really
Is there a rewind button? Look at this.
Boom! Let's go. That's such a nice dunk right there. You can see all his frustrations coming out in that one dunk.
We were excited, but they're still 14 points down, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because we as commentators, we want a close game.
Ben, but a simple highlight play like that might be the thing they need to boost the morale of the team. So we'll see what happens here. But like we said earlier, Macau really struggles with the personnel to deal with the bigs of Zamboanga at the moment.
Yeah. And also, their defense have been quite inconsistent today. But look, I'm being optimistic. I don't want to be pessimistic. They can do it. I mean, they can make a game of this. And no basket. 3-second call, was it?
Yeah, it was a 3-second call there. I think called on Muhammad Cisse. He was camped out in the lane just a little bit too long. And perhaps this is the thing Macau needs to do more.
Jennings, they've really read Jennings really well today, the Zamboanga boys. And Wonder Boy, Jeff Bernardo on court. He is a defensive menace. So he's a great defensive player, even though he lacks a bit of size, but never, ever underestimate Bernardo.
No, for sure. Daquan Abram drawing the foul on that last play. Foul was called on the floor there, as we can see on this replay. Driving to the rim, getting the bump there on the floor. So there will be a baseline inbounds here for Macau.
Jennings. Daquan looking. I wait for another one. He made an adjustment in the air. He saw two big Zamboanga boys, and he's got the ability to make those adjustments. He's missed the adjustment in I call him hang time adjustment man. Apart from I wait, look at that. Yeah, he's just no problem. He's that athletic.
Yeah, I know. He's just so athletic going to the rim. That's why we can compare him to the Flash. So do tell us. His mom's on the stream right now. So
yeah, Rebecca's
do tell
on the
us,
stream.
Rebecca, why did you name Barry Allen as Isaiah Wade's middle name?
Oh, we're getting some good stories out here.
I do want to call him the Flash. He's athletic. It fits his name.
Well, I call him I Wade. I call him the Minnesota Miracle Man. Just a really, really nice guy, actually, and a good basketball player. We hope that he will be part of ASEAN Basketball League for a long time, as well as the other players as well.
We do.
And we've had some great players. You know, Mike McKinney, you know, Mike Singletary, Maxi Esho, you know, Justin Knox, Chris Eversley, Calvin Godfrey, you know, and then we got Mario Wusong, all Stan Pringle, all part of the ABL history. Great players and great people. Oh, look at that! Travel though, too much footwork, too much sauce.
Too fancy right there. Jean Amores, I do believe. Amores. You have to stress the res. Amores.
Yep. I got a Philippine Zamboanga education off court by Coach Bobby Dick, actually, in the hotel.
Chase down.
Moving the ball well. Good ball movement by Zamboanga. Oh, this is great stuff. They gotta get an open look though. Gotta watch that clock. Shoots for the triple. In it goes. Knocks it down. Amores with the triple.
Yeah.
Quan, can he respond? No.
That was a bad decision there by Daquan Abram. Coach Charles calling for the last shot of the quarter.
Here comes Chalmers. Will he get the last shot of the quarter? Working on Jennings Leung. Chalmers. No.
Took a little bit too long there. But he's complaining about a foul just before that.
It's a 16-point lead for the Zamboanga team as they look quite comfortable here, but never say it's all over. Mario Chalmers and the Zamboanga Valientes team 47, Macau Black Bears 31. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mama Stadium in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. ABL Season 2023, Season 11, hashtag back for more. Tonight, the game is between the Saigon Heat and the Coolie Bangkok Tigers. Playing the great game of basketball. Combs, guarded by Dasum, handoff, Gilead drives to the tin, open invitation at the rim, easy two for Evan Gilead. Oh, what a splash right there from the outside. And what did we say? That's what they were brought in for. Frankie Dasum, he knows Malaysia well, he knows Maba well. Great defense by Hassan Thomas. GG on the drive. GG lost the handle, but they get it back. Off the glass and in. Great recovery there by Freeman as he cleans it up and goes in for the two. Well, getting good open looks. There's an open look right there and puts it away right there. Jeremy Cope. Here's Freeman. Tries to do a Euro with a floater, and that is a wonderful floater in the lane. Here comes Kwajang. Good pass. Dish, drive. They've got the big trees. The big trees will attack the rim. Back for more. Hashtag. Don't forget, everybody, subscribe and follow our social media handles. Around and in. Jeremy Combs having a great game at the moment with 7 points. Frankie step back triple. Puts it away through and true for the 3.
In the 2022 season.
Well, Hassan Thomas says, I'm feeling a lot of that love. Working on JR. Good dish. Dasum. Wuti Pong Dasum. Sticks it in for the 2. Here comes Gigi. Drives the lane. Oh, 2. That is courage personified. Thomas. Good pass. Wide open for the 3. Lands it in the tin once again. Pass. Shoots for the triple. Bang!
He needs more scoring from other players. 10 points coming from just Jeremy Combs himself.
When our league first started in season 2009-2010, and Frankie Dasum wants to make history of his own. Wide open, take, and the make right there. Attacking, yes! Sinks it in right there. That's sick, and that's really, really cool. In the lane. Off the glass and in. That's a really, really good move right there by Winwin Fuben. In the lane, attacks, and 1! That's right. As I say, just drive the lane, and he's driving the lane right there with the left-handed. Who your favorite player is, tell us about your opinion of the game, and we will try to read out your comments. Dasum, lands it in the tin. Frankie Dasum. Chicago. Shoots from the wing. It's in right there. Hand off. Frankie with a 3-pointer of his own. Knocks it down. The drive. GG. Makes an adjustment in the air. The putback is good by William Freeman. They've got Gilead to the rack. And no. But a rebound and the putback right there by Mr. J. They've got the numbers, drives to the 10, easy left-handed, finishes with the lay right there.
The rebounding and the defense was something we talked about in the keys to the game so far. And so far it has been coming true.
He stops that 6-0 run by the Saigon Heat, but it's all tied up right here. Stolen, here they come. You goes to the rim. Wonderful footwork and the finish right there with a big smile on his face. Potential 3-point play coming up. Gilead in the lane, Thomas, and 1! Hassan Thomas. He says everybody makes a mistake on his name. They call him Van Whale. It's Waller. Yeah. K drives the lane with the lefty and finishes with the left-handed layup. Mr. Guajang. They're down by 7 points at the moment. Frankie Dasum back on court. Up, gets a good basket right there from the baseline. They come in transition. Looking quite comfortable. It is. What more can you say? This is a fantastic run. And Cooley, you need to cool off. Defense right here by Saigon. Flies to the rim! And that has silenced this crowd right here. What a triple. They needed that splash for the cash right there. Frankie Dasum. Steal right here. The steal and the cashes it in right there. Mr. Jose.
Possession right there, forcing the turnover.
Gilead from the outside. Reset and go again. Need to penetrate if you ask me. There's the penetration. And rise up and in by Wutipong Dasum. There it is. Bang! What a shot right there. There's Frankie Dasum flying there, but mismatch. He'll fly, yes! Great stuff there by Mr. JR Holder. Being strong right there. Launches it. Bang! Great shot. They gotta go hot, quick in transition. Dasum drives on Gilead and scores it off the glass with that layup, and he looks injured right now. Oh no, I think this is a contact lens. Having someone body up on him. He's got too much space. Blows by, flies underneath and in. He just sliced that. Jose launches it. Bang! Good shot there, Mr. Jose. Out, swing, fake and shoot. Bang! With the way he's shooting it, from the arc, the steal, and will he rise up and boom! Saigon Heat style. Skin fold at the moment. Good pass by Gilead and an easy. And I don't at the moment. Good pass. Here we go. Jam! Hang time. Hassan Thomas right there. Defense here by Saigon. Goes for the 2. Yes. And Jose. Need to do when they watch this game on film is to really, really look at their defense. Oh, great catch and drive right there, Tim Waller. Absolutely. Oh, for the reverse and the score right there. They want them to shoot. Oh, knocks it down right there. Great shot.
Knowing how to attack that zone defense there. And Waller knows how to attack this Cooley Bangkok Tigers defense.
Well, fills it up from the paint. Oh, stolen right there. Not the greatest pass. GG finishes and sticks it in right there. Some from Nigeria as well. Waller, pump fake. Waller, yes! And he might be on. We'll be happy with that. Baseline, fake, and puts it away right there. That's where it's the turnover right here. And Tim, flush it down. No, not quite. He's smiling at the moment. Gotta get it over half court. The referee is counting. Ooh, almost right there. I was counting as well. The swarming defense right here, and that is the end.
With his point guard skills, drives the lane, and a slam down right into the rim. Boom, shakalaka, Canadian slam. The beautiful lay attack down by Portland at the corner. What a shot!
Fast Ahmed.
And one.
Gets it.
2, 1, 3. And
Athletic
yes.
move, Isaiah with Oh, Darren Bassett says no.
Slam right there. Alex Smith. Good press here. Stolen. Rise up. Boom. With the alley. Oh!
And welcome back, everyone, to the ASEAN Basketball League game between the Zamboanga Valientes team of the Philippines and the Macau Black Bears of Macau. Zamboanga lead 47-31. You're with me, Ben Ibrahim, and Meng break it down for us like any good old analyst would.
Yeah, you know, Zamboanga leading by 16 points. It's been a telling quarter for them in the second quarter, 26-13 in the second quarter. Zamboanga outscoring the Macau Black Bears. But what has been the biggest, biggest effect there is, the addition of Mario Chalmers. He's still perfect from the field. He's only missed one shot today, and that's from the free throw line. He's got 12 points on 3 of 3 shooting from the field, as well as 4 free throws made.
And you know what? I mean, it's just if you look at the Macau Black Bears at the moment, I mean, one thing that they're in foul trouble. They're in a lot of foul trouble, and that is affecting the execution for production. So that to me is the one standout point, especially in the second quarter where they really, really struggled.
Yeah, Macau missing their 2 bigs as well might have contributed to the higher field goal percentage or higher shooting percentages for Zamboanga Valientes from the field. 53% overall shooting and 58% from 3-point land. That is insane.
Absolutely, and you know what? But that's just the way it is, and we've got about 1 more minute before the start of the game. Everybody looking at Mario Chalmers, but I've been very, very impressed with Antonio Hester.
Antonio Hester is the man to be impressed with. I do expect him to shine a little bit more in the second half as well, because he has the size to battle down low. Like I said, I did a little bit of research on Antonio Hester, and he played.
Oh, please, read out your script.
No, he played for the War-Ready Auburn in the TBT. The TBT tournament, if you guys don't know, is the home of the Elam Ending. You know what the Elam Ending is, Ben?
Please tell us.
Yeah, the Elam Ending is a format of competition when, instead of using time to determine the ending of a game, they use a target point system. So, for example, after the third quarter, let's say the score is 47-31. They will use a percentage or they will set a target, so 20 points above Zamboanga's 47 will be the target score. So whichever team hits that target score first will win the game. So that's a really interesting format of play. It was implemented in the All-Star game once, and it is an interesting format of play there.
I really, really love that research there, Meng. Well done, good job. So really, really good stuff. So let's hope for a really, really close, tight, exciting, entertaining game here, everyone. Please follow us on our ABL live stream on YouTube. Of course, the highlights will be on Facebook and Instagram. And also follow us on our Instagram page, our Facebook page, and press subscribe as Mr. Cisse puts that one away right there. So approaching almost a 20-point lead here for the Zamboanga team. The Quan jabbing. Shoots for the 3. Yes, knocks it in. And that's exactly what they need right now. Jenning Leung with the 3-point shot.
Yeah, and that was a well-executed play there by the Macau Black Bears to get their dangerous shooter open for a 3.
Cisse, hand off to Rudy. Rudy driving. Arthur with a quick release, miss. But Rudy gets the rebound back. Oh, well, tried to keep it in, but Jenning Leung says thank you.
Chalmers is so good, he's even assisting the Macau Black Bears.
Well, maybe he wants it to be a close game, but he's working on the Quan right now. Chalmers driving, goes to work. Rudy off the fake. Chalmers, the Quan tried to go for the bank shot, but Jenning here quickly in transition. The Quan, oh, good side step there and finishes. Great move, yeah?
Yeah, great change of pace there. Great Euro step by Daquan Abram as, he avoided the defender there and finished with a reverse layup.
Chalmers handling the ball extremely well. That's his strength. So he was brought in, not just because of experience, but the way he handles the ball. Okay.
Ooh, that was a close one there. You know, Hamilton was not comfortable with that because that could have easily been called a foul on him. But it will be called on a Lau Chonpong.
Lau Chonpong.
Lau Chonpong of Macau instead. So Hamilton survives just for one more foul.
Yeah, one more foul, he's out. So actually, Coach Charles has got to stick with it because, you know, at the moment it's not pretty on the scoreboard for the Macau team.
No.
But again, maybe take a gamble, Ming. Go with one of your best locals.
Look, Singapore Slingers. Sorry, the Singapore Slingers did come back from a 13-point lead in the first game of today.
Yeah, that was a great game. That was a really, really good game. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, Ben. So 13-point lead again in this game.
And the runner right there for Wade. So this is a little bit better for Macau, but they've got to play defense around. No foul, says the referee. So here they come, 4-on-2 situation, ball fake, and he draws the foul right there.
Mario Chalmers immediately admitting that foul right there.
Well, that was a good foul.
It was a good foul.
Because they were beat. Let's look at it again.
Yeah. You know, the Quan Abram head of steam coming down the lane. You know, went with the Euro step again, but elected to pass the ball, and that's why it will be a foul called on the floor and not free throws. So there is a little bit of a problem right here. The referees are discussing it.
Well, they're deliberating. This is good. I like this, you know.
Yeah.
Seriously. When you're not sure of something, deliberate.
Get the decision right.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. I really do encourage this behavior. Deliberation is the best way forward, rather than making a call and rescinding it.
So we'll just see. I'm kind of clueless to what the
No, I
referees
mean
are
we are also here as commentators a little bit lost of what the call is. So if they're not sure, we're not sure. So that's
no, definitely not. But it will be a baseline out of bounds for Macau.
Shoots. Oh, couldn't get that to go down. Kmart couldn't hang on to the rebound right there. So this is better. Look, let's be positive for Macau here, Ming. I mean, they are hustling a lot more, trying to win those defensive boards, you know. But even though they are a bit conservative, because their bigs are in foul trouble.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of times it's the 15 minutes, you know, between the two halves that the coaches actually have some time to talk to his players.
And one, Wade steps out. Look at that. Look at that body language. He is on a mission to get his team back into this game. Just drives and flex your muscles, sir.
Silly swipe there by Kemal Carino. Wade got past him already, but then Kemal Carino was about to give up on the play, but you know, committed.
Well, he was just using his length to his advantage, stretching out, hoping his long arm would catch Wade, but unfortunately, it caught contact. Rudy. Hester, handoff, ball bounce, great bounce pass, and in he goes for the two right there. Antonio Hester.
Yeah, great pick and roll by Mario Chalmers, looking to attack the basket, attracting defender, and
no, that kind of experience, like I said, it is, you can't, sometimes you just can't teach that. Daquan drives in the lane, deflection, out.
It will stay Macau ball.
That's interesting, in my opinion. Just strictly my opinion in real time. I thought it was Zamboanga ball. But referees know best. Daquan did a really good tournament in Batam. Wade. Ooh, is that offensive? No, says the referee. But they get the ball back. Look away pass right there. Hester. Cross court, Rudy shoots, miss, rise up and clears the rebound. Daquan brings it up. What can he set up? Fires, bang! Hey, look at that scoreboard.
I know, that's exactly what Macau Black Bears need. Just basic basketball, no hanky-panky, no fancy stuff. Just basic basketball to get them back into the game.
Out, Rudy shoots. Couldn't get it. Won't go. Long pass. Slowing. Oh, good pass. And a middle cut by Isaiah Wade. And Coach Bobby Dick saying, okay, that is not the greatest performance. Let's call a timeout. But credit to the Macau Black Bears for going on that great run there, Ming.
Yeah, you know, Ben, look at this. It has been a 17-6 run in this third quarter right here. 17-6. Macau Black Bears scored 17 points out of the second half.
No, that's fantastic. And you know, like we always say, they took the script. Basketball is a game of runs. All we need is a good run to really give the lift and some confidence in these players. And they've given their team a lift. And they are only 5 points down.
Isaiah Wade has been a big part of that, you know, using his speed, the flash, you know, the flash, running the floor.
You need to go home and watch some TV, man. I think you've been working too much.
I'm really pressing on that.
You need to watch some superhero movies.
I'm really pressing on that. The flash, using his speed, running the floor, getting the two on that last play before the timeout by Zamboanga.
Well, Justice League ain't coming to our movie screens anytime soon, so Wade steps up for that role.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, Ben, Zamboanga Valientes has got to focus. They have the quality, like you said before the game, they have the quality, they have the talent on their squad. It's just the focus, the concentration, the willingness and the discipline to execute.
I don't
some of
think
these
anything.
plays.
I will never question their hard work and how they want to get back into the game. But again, that consistency, you know, some of these guys throw together. They didn't have the greatest preparation to put them. Great move there by Lenganai. Loses his defenders and just went to the rim. Missed the experience.
Yeah, you know, great crafty guard there. He was looking to use the screen and then faked it immediately going to his right.
Tom Wade, and he's the flash right there. Got really open run invitation to the rim right there with the finger roll finish.
Ben, let me tell you what, Isaiah Wade is a great attacker off the catch. So he won't be able to create his own offense, but if you give him space and a straight line drive to the rim, like, he's gonna take advantage.
Corner, release, bang! Great shot there by James Kwekute.
Great shot right there by Kwekute. Getting fouled by his teammate and knocking it down from the corner.
Giving them some breathing space right here, the Zamboanga team. Daquan, he can hit him long three. Ooh, missed. That shot would have changed how this quarter is being played, but it's not breakneck speed at the moment, but it is like a boxing match. Trying to make the big hits when it counts. Can't let Kwekute take a shot. He's a good shooter. Kwekute, miss. Must have heard me.
Yeah, you know, that handoff right there, you know, maybe James Kwekute could have taken another dribble or so to create more space for himself.
I felt he rushed that. Jennings, lost the handle, but recovered well by Wade. Fake. There's a foul committed by Mario Chalmers.
Yeah. And then Lau Sean Pong probably, you know, took a little bit more time than we expected. I was expecting him to take that three-pointer right there, but, you know, he delayed it, and, you know, maybe it played to his advantage a little bit.
Well, I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to sell it on the three-point line. So, like, he saw Chalmers coming in. It was a smart move, actually, but he just couldn't execute that just in time. Jennings on the drive. Jennings goes to work. Wade in the lane. Wade turn. Ooh. And couldn't quite get the turn and the burn right there. But good movement, though.
Yeah, he will get a foul call. It was a good call by the referee. I do think there was some contact by not Hester, but Cisse, the help defender that was coming over.
I don't know, Ming. I mean, you'd have to look at that 2-3 times.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe a different angle.
You know, I'm not trying to disrespect you, bro, but I'd love to look at that a few times, actually, but we don't have the luxury of time in a live game. So Wade puts it away right there, and they're chipping away at it. All Macau Black Bears have to do is chip away at it. D'Angelo Hamilton, he's protecting the rim just in case they they go down off to the races. Here they go. It's really interesting, the transition game at the moment. Who can play the high tempo transition game, because we are getting to the business end of this game. Hand off. Wekute, screen. Cisse. And one.
Let me tell you, Ben, that's a silly foul right there by Isaiah Wade. He already has 3 fouls and he just picked up his 4th, I do feel. It will be an and one opportunity for Muhammad Cisse, all the way from Sierra Leone, apparently.
Sorry?
Sierra Leone.
Yeah, Sierra Leone. And he replaces Will Deng Chan. Will Deng Chan is an Australian. And I thought he was probably not used in the best way in Batam. No disrespect, you know, very athletic player, very quick, dynamic, but just didn't get enough minutes in Batam. Bounce, Jennings to Hamilton, now on court. Still, as he was in foul trouble, he was off court for a while. Hamilton for the triple, too strong.
Yeah, but you know Hamilton can knock that down as well.
No, he's a good knockdown shooter for a guy that size. This man can shoot him too. Holding it up. 10 on the clock. Swing, shoot. Nice stroking shot right there for the 3. Mr. Antonio Hester.
Yeah, Antonio Hester not getting what he wants down low in the post today, but then he extends the range. His range out to the 3-point line for that shot.
Drive, and there was a block right there. There's a block right there by Cisse, but there was contact apparently. What you make of it, Mick?
Well, we will wait for the replay to come out first for me to take another look
I
at
knew
this.
you'd say that.
Yeah, but Muhammad Cisse was coming in from, you know.
No, I mean he's a big body.
Yeah, he was coming in from off the screen, so. Although he did say he went up straight, but he was, you know, impeding the player, coming in, knocking into the Dequan Abram.
Well, Dequan Abram, he is the 3rd best 3-point shooter in the league. His 3-point shooting percentage is 46.4% from the outside.
That's a high percentage.
Very high percentage, knocking down half his 3-point attempts.
I do believe he's a good rebounding guard as well. You know, he averaged about 6.5, 6.8 rebounds per game, if I'm not wrong.
Let's look at his stats right here. Rebounds, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, 7.6.
7.6, so that's good numbers for a guard.
And 5.9 assists, so he shares the ball quite well, but he's also carrying that scoring load, you know. He's got 12 points at the moment. Make that 13. So 11 points down, double digits, but if they can get a stop and a big bucket straight after that, game on. Game back on, should I say. Hester, don't let him shoot. He was looking for a backdoor cut from one of his teammates. Kwekute thought about the sidestep 3 from the elbow. Drive. Strong move. Oh, the tip-in right there by the big Cisse. Strong presence in the paint.
Yeah, you know, good attempt there by Muhammad Cisse, but no one was boxing out right there, which allowed him to get that easy 2.
Good defense by Cisse as well, as he denied, well, not quite denied, but he slowed down Wade, who's got the ball right now, trying to push the pace. Dequan in the lane. Oh, great finish right there. Dequan Abram quans it in.
And Coach Chow is enjoying what he's seeing from his Macau team at the moment. Much better coming out of the half.
Hester sends it in the lane, but good disruption right there by Macau. Driving.
Gets a foul called there.
So Ming, this quarter, very much Macau, much improved performance. And they're taking the bumps and the bruises right now as well.
And a great call there by the referee, John Amores there. You know, impeding the Macau player. And a good call, which will end up in free throws, as Zamboanga is in the bonus at the moment. But one thing that will be a factor for Zamboanga, especially towards the end of the game, is the veteran experience. You know, he's been on championship teams. He's gonna know how to close out a game.
Absolutely. Great job, Lau Chan Pong. One of the best locals I've seen in the ABL over the years. You know, he's a great talent in his country. And in my opinion, you know, now maybe try to get the ball to him because he's a pretty good shooter. You know, open him up on the baseline. You know, not necessarily threes. Inside, wouldn't put it away. That's a gimme right there. But good physical defense by Macau as we head down the stretch of the third quarter. Wide open for the three. Miss. K-Mark with the rebound. Got to get it over half court. That's it. Oh gosh. Hester catched it. And he was just about to go up. And, oh, is he okay? This looks... No, he's all right. He's all right. He's a tough guy.
But Ben, what a chase down block by Daquan Abram. Look at this. Ooh, oh, ball there.
Swatted that.
Yeah. Hester did catch a bit of the...
No, I thought it, I mean, in real time because it was so quick. I mean, I thought that was like, you know, like, it was like he just charged him and he went out. But it is a foul.
They called a foul on that.
Yeah, they called the foul out. They called the foul.
I did
so
not know
I mean, no disrespect to you, bro, but
yeah.
I was not surprised. I'm not surprised. That the referee called that because from experience, the referee every time they see something like that, they would call a foul.
Let me tell you this. I had a chase down block called off as well once, and I wasn't happy about it. As a player,
okay.
as a player, as a player. I had a chase down block. I felt I got all ball.
Of course you wouldn't be happy.
I felt. Okay. And when it got called off, I was pissed because that was a highlight. But another foul call, Ben, on the floor at the moment.
Channing Leung. Not quite the big numbers he had in Batam, especially in his last couple of games.
Ooh, a good shooter from the field, but missing that first free throw there.
I'm not surprised. I mean, he's trying to find a way to get back into this game, and they've done a good job in the third quarter, but sometimes it can get the better of your best shooters.
It is better to miss the shots now than down the stretch, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, Singapore lost that game against Hong Kong because they weren't consistent from the stripe. So they will be kicking themselves a little bit. Floater, no good. Wade. Quan. The Quan, should I say? I call him Quan. That's his nickname. He told me to call him Quan. Tries to blow by. And Channing Leung sends it, but the referee already made the call.
That's another foul on the floor for Zamboanga, but that will send them to that will send Daquan Abram to the line again, as Zamboanga is in the bonus for this quarter. Daquan Abram stopping the clock. A good thing for the Macau Black Bears, who are chasing the Valientes team at the moment. They will want more of this.
Daquan Abram, a very respectful individual. Spent some time with him and the Macau guys getting to know them in Macau, and they were very open.
And Ben, you know, Macau now has the top 2 scorers in the game at the moment. Isaiah Wade with 20 and Daquan Abram with 17 already.
Thank you for your comments, everybody. Yeah. Noted Jan Kendrick, but we are all about respect here in the ABL. Daquan sends it and scores it right there. We have a 7-point ball game. My mistake. And hopefully this will set up for a barnstorm of a finish in the fourth quarter. Kwekute. And yep, not much time left. Driving. Kwekute out. Goes for this big shot. Ooh. Yes! What a 3-point shot right there. And a quick heave by the Macau team.
A great find by James Kwekete.
Yes, you know? That was great stuff. That was absolutely brilliant to watch.
And John Amores as well had the composure to knock it down as the shot clock was counting down.
And at the end of the third quarter, it is Zamboanga Valientes 73, Macau Black Bears 63.
what you waiting for? Give them what they came for. This is what they came for. Long shot, but I got the reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach.
One-on-one, check ball.
You do know this is my house, right?
Yeah, it's my house too.
Take charge, no one can compete. I just do what comes natural. This is what they came for.
And you're just, if you haven't seen this game and you're just joining us for the very first time, welcome back everybody. Not just everybody here in Malaysia, but everybody from around the world watching on ASEAN Basketball League live stream the game between Zamboanga Valientes of the Philippines, Macau Black Bears from Macau. The score is, you can see on the scoreboard, 73-63. Goes for the triple, miss. Hester grabs the rebound, slowing it right down. Rudy Linganai, the veteran. Rudy is also one of the leaders of this team. K-Mark to the Chalmers man, shoots for the triple, bang! Mario Chalmers from downtown.
Was there even any questions that you made that shot?
Well, don't forget, he must be super jet lagged. Just getting off a plane not too long ago, almost 48 hours ago, I think. So that is the story that we're getting from the Zamboanga team, about all the stories about how he was recruited, and he signed all the papers and got through and everything. It's been an exciting week, and also must have been an emotional week in terms of, like managing expectations.
Yeah, and Mario Chalmers has met all expectations, expected of him so far. He has 17 points on 5 shots only from the field. 5.
Well, again, I just can't wait till he gets more fitter, more stronger. He builds his chemistry with his team.
Yeah.
And they all respect him. They all really respect him, for what he's done. And I heard from some of the Zamboanga guys, who they've been telling me, yeah, he's quite friendly.
Yeah.
He doesn't say much. He's not a super chatty guy, but just nice enough, share his experience. And I'm sure all the players are asking him about his experience, not just in the NBA, but from other leagues as well.
That's all we're looking for, to develop the scene in ASEAN.
Chalmers protecting, screen by Hester, shoots for another 3. Tries to get his own miss. Look at that discipline in terms of rebounding out. Rudy. Referee says stop. Hasn't made the call yet. Deliberates with the game commissioner, and they want another basketball, I think.
No, I do think they are figuring out if Isaiah Wade had possession of the ball when he tried to save it from going out of bounds, and that's why there's a change to the shot clock. My bad. There's a change to the shot clock right there.
Yeah. Agent J, yes, OJ Mayo did play in the ABL in the pandemic season, when the season was stopped halfway because of the pandemic. And then here, Christian John G. Rabusa, Dwight Howard playing in the ABL. Wow. Oh, spin move, the turn and the burn by one. Mario Chalmers, who has got 19 points at the moment. The leading scorer in the Zamboanga team.
Yeah, Mario Chalmers found a lane and he just took it all the way to the rim.
And Daquan hits back. They needed that big time. They're down by 12. They just got to keep chipping away at it.
And that basket makes Daquan Abram the top scorer of the game so far, but he needs to put in more effort right there. An offensive foul on Rudy Linganai. Good call by the referee, saying that the Filipino veteran, hooked his defender.
I'm sure all our fans from the Philippines on live stream tonight will disagree with you, Meng.
Well, you can look at the replay right there to see what the referee was calling.
It's all good. So it's all good. But 78-66. Hopefully we can have a really, really tight game, you know. High offense, high octane scoring game.
Macau's doing all they can to get
Yeah, they're
back
doing
into it.
that. With the limited resources that they have, they're doing everything they can.
Oh,
Gets up, couldn't put that away. Wade. Here comes Hester. Just surveying. Handoff. Chalmers. Screen. Oh, he needs Carino with a late screen. Oh, good bullet
What a
pass
pass.
from underneath. That was a great pass.
yeah, but
by
that
Chalmers.
will be a goaltending call or a foul call, my bad. On the play right there as Isaiah Wade tried to get the foul.
Is that
Sorry.
Wade's 5th or 4th?
No, my bad. That's the Quan Abram with the tap there and a foul. So the Quan Abram will pick up his 2nd off the game, sending James Kwekute to the line.
The Sun Better product, University of Sun Better. Big shout out to everybody in the Philippines who studied at Sun Better, as James Kwekute went there to study once upon a time.
Kwekute.
Yeah, he's effective, Mr. James Kwekute. When he was playing college, he got 15 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 2.3 assists. So he wants a long-term career in basketball. That's what he told me.
And
Can speak the Tagalog language fluently. Oh, tried to do the look-away pass, but turned it over.
oh, holding foul right there on Mario Chalmers. The referee calls it Macau's way this time. As we have a look at that that no-look pass, looking for Antonio Hester.
Jennings taking instructions from Coach Charles. Coach Charles trying to lift the Macau players' confidence that they are not out of it. There's still plenty of time left in this one. Big shot by Wade, misses. Easy rebound by Rudy as he secures it. Brings it up very, very slowly. Rudy saying, get in position. Let's set up Mario. Mario fires again. Oh, tried to go for the bank shot, but
In and out.
yep, and couldn't get the Mamba drop. Wade penetrates up and in. Splits 2.
Great
Valientes or Zamboanga defenders.
Great move by Isaiah Wade to actually drive past Mario Chalmers himself, who was trying to take charge right there.
Hester working on Hamilton. Shoots it over Hamilton, but couldn't get that to drop. That Quan, sorry, Meng. Quan goes, drives, out. Looking for a screen, Jennings. Not much time, fires from up top. Gets the bounce and the drop.
You know, that's exactly what Mario Chalmers expected to happen on his shot. But Janning Leong apparently has the favor of the Mamba Stadium.
And single-digit lead for Zamboanga. Fade away. Tried to look for the bank shot. Wade, now they're making a run for it. Daquan fires. Miss. Chalmers, Rudy. Sorry, Ming, you want to say something?
Yeah, Janning Leong with the heat check 3 right there. You know, he felt the touch. Wanted to go for it straight away.
Oh, crafty move right there. Rudy, oh Rudy.
Rudy Lingenai with the crafty, the shifty defender, losing his man there and then going to the rim for the lefty layup.
Wade tried to, yes! And the Trey Wade, who is watching, he said, hey, come on, bro, let's get it. Wade. A lot of calls being instructed on our live stream at the moment. It's great, this fan engagement. Rudy, corner, Kwekute sends it, couldn't score it. Hamilton. Here comes Quan. Still an 8-point lead. Tried to do a crossover right there. Lost the handle, gets it back. 10 on the clock. Shoots for the high arcing 3. Drops it in right there. And we have a barnstorm of a finish in our script in this game. between Zamboanga Valientes and the Macau Black Bears.
And Singapore Slingers came back from 13 down. Looks like the Macau Black Bears are drawing inspiration from that right there, cutting it into a 5-point lead. And you know what impressed me the most, Ben? Most of the contributions, well, a lot of the plays have come from their locals, especially that one there, the 3-pointer that brought them to this 5-point lead.
You know what, Ming? I'm going to call it right here. This game might, just might, maybe have overtime. I said that about the last game, and it almost did, remember?
Yeah, and this is a great timeout by Coach Moby there, you know, just to settle the team down a little bit. Maybe put the ball in the hands of Mario Chalmers, you know, let him see out the game. Remember what I said, Ben. He is going to use his experience to draw it out, you know, draw it out, use the clock to its fullest.
Let's see what happens. 4:23, plenty of time, but you got to look at who's in foul trouble. Rudy Linganai with 3 fouls. Chalmers is also in foul trouble. Actually, a lot of the, actually, if you look at the stats at the moment, the stat sheet at the moment, man, a lot of, more the Zamboanga guys are in foul trouble compared to the Macau Black Bears.
Yeah, good point right there, Ben. You know, Zamboanga is already in the bonus here, so they do need to be careful about any fouls on the floor or in the shooting motion.
Kmart Carino on 4 fouls. Cisse, 4 fouls. Chalmers, 3 fouls. Amores, 3 fouls. Linganai, 3 fouls. Wow, they're gonna weather the storm a bit. Be careful. Hester drives. Hester tries to split the defense and does. Splits 2 Macau defenders.
That's just pure determination there. Pure stubbornness from Antonio Hester. Driving into 2, but still put up the shot.
Drives. Hesitation. Wade. Corner. Jennings. Goes in the lane and shoots, and it rims around and in.
Great recognition by Jennings Leong. You know, he realized that the bigger Mohamed Cisse was on him, so he used the fadeaway to create some space and knocked out that shot.
Cisse. Kwekute sends it. Misses. Wade with the rebound. Gotta get it over half court. The referees count quick. Drive. That's it. Quan. Oh, great move right there. Shoots for the 2. Oh, drops it in. It is a 3-point game with just over 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, man, sometimes some of these ball handlers just need to get into their rhythm, and sometimes the behind-the-back dribble is all they need to get that shot away.
So DeQuan saying, calm down, boys. He just got by. Drives. He split the defense, the Quan Abram. That's what you call quanning it in.
And the Quan Abram with the nice reverse layup there. He's the leader of this Macau Black Bears down the stretch. Want to see Mario Chalmers check into the game soon.
You do. You need Mr. Experience. Fires! Bang! Kwekute with the very... Sorry, that was my... Check that. Arthur with the 3.
What a shot there by James Kwekute, replying to that shot.
What a time to hit a 3. Kwekute drives, pass. Cisse had an open look. Okay. Oh! That had a lot of physicality on it.
Oh, the referees are saying all ball on that one.
Yeah. No, it looked up. I mean, let's look at this again. The camera angle changed.
But looking at that replay, you could see D'Angelo Hamilton was measuring that shot out all the way to the rim there, you know. He knew he could match Antonio Hester in terms of airtime, and he just went up there and got it.
But that big 3-point shot was by?
Jennings Leong. Nope.
No.
Kwekute. James Kwekute.
No, I was out there with it.
Is it Arthur?
Yeah, it was Arthur. No,
My bad.
No, it's very easy to get them confused because, you know, Kwekute and Arthur, they do wear the headbands.
What happened to Kwekute's afro? I thought he had a afro sometime during the league.
Yeah, he did, but he's got brails now, so misses that shot right there. It's a 4-point game. Lots of time left in this one. So could go either way. Jennings sends it.
Ooh.
Misses. Oh, that would have been a big moment right there. So Zamboanga with their best player on court. Mario Chalmers posting up high. Jennings trying to go in for the strip. Chalmers for the runner. Couldn't get it to go. Hamilton. Oh! The almost steal right there by... This game has got these two games today.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but we predicted it.
I know.
Before today was like, well, you looked at these two games, you know,
It's gonna be
Zamboanga,
good.
Macau, Hong Kong, Singapore, quality. It has
know.
been quality today.
It has been quality today. And you know, these two teams have put up such a great competition. But that foul, quite a silly foul by Mario Chalmers, if I were to say so, because that will send D'Angelo Hamilton to the line, and that allows Macau to stop the clock as well.
D'Angelo Hamilton, he's very funny from the charity stripe. 41.7%. No, sorry, that's his 3-point in his free throws. Actually, he's quite all right. 77.8%.
We see the boos coming up here in the Maba Stadium. The Zamboanga Valientes team has brought a big crowd with them.
Yep, no, there's a big basketball community in Malaysia and in Kuala Lumpur. A lot of people from the Philippines come to Malaysia for work.
But Ben making this shot here would reduce it to a one-possession game.
Oh, those two shots bricked right there. So it remains 86-82 as per what the music is saying. So they're just going to try to hang on to it, waste a bit of time, get an open look and take a shot. Any shot will do. Drive with the runner. Yes!
Oh, what a shot.
That gives them some security. Jeremy Arthur.
What a shot there by James Arthur.
Jeremy Arthur.
Jeremy Arthur. My bad.
The man with an education administration major has just educated us on how to hit a big shot down the stretch.
And he's been crucial for the Zamboangan team down the stretch here. Surprisingly said, instead of Mario Chalmers, it has been Jeremy Arthur who has been leading the Zamboangan efforts to distance themselves from the Macau Black Bears.
Well, he hasn't played very many minutes, Jeremy Arthur, but he's got 9 points, and 9 very crucial points. I mean, that 3-pointer that he hit just now, that was huge.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's a 2-possession game. I never want to see anything. I never want to call anything, but the fans, this is the Zamboanga
Zamboangan fans.
Is there some romance?
I don't know about that.
Someone wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt.
Oh.
And comments here from Anton Manosa, Super Mario best teammate in LBJ. I mean, that team was amazing, you know, not just the starting players but you know, guys like Udanas Haslam, you know,
the Birdman,
Mike Miller, the Birdman, you know, and Ray Allen. Don't forget Ray Allen.
No doubt.
No Ray Allen.
No doubt.
No Ray Allen. No NBA championship. No Game 7.
But we're not talking about NBA right here. We're talking about ABL.
Sends it short,
way short.
So Rudy Linganai just will waste a bit of time. What a game we've had here today. Chalmers, the celebrity, protecting it. Drive, gets past Hamilton. Good pass. Turn around, yep. That's pretty much the game there, right there. But Cisse gets the 2. Everybody flexing their muscles on the bench, on the court. And Coach Charles going straight up to Wade, saying, okay, let's communicate on how we can get something out of this.
That's a great dish right there. You know, recognizing that Mohamed Cisse dives to the basket hard and immediately passing it right to his teammate to get the easy deuce, extending the lead to an 8-point game right now for Zamboanga. You know, talk about experience, Ben.
Absolutely. I know some fans are saying, ha 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 ha, no overtime, but I said maybe with a big M. So because the previous game was almost overtime as well. So just chill, dudes. And it's been a great game, Ming. Let's be honest, the first half, the second quarter wasn't the best. Zamboanga dominated that, but full credit to the Macau Black Bears, who had a very good third quarter. They outscored the Zamboanga team 32 to 26 in that third period, whereas Zamboanga outscored them in the second period 26 to 13. So that was exactly very dominant performance by Zamboanga in the second period.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can't forget the coach, Coach Charles Dubé.
Yeah, we can never forget Chris Bosh. Don't worry, everybody. Chill. So, talking more about the role players of that team as well. Looking for a big shot right here. Oh, lost it. There's the steal. Rise up, escalates, and puts it in. He was looking for that ultimate slammer jammer, but sort of lost his balance a little bit. Yeah. Miss.
And I think with this,
Jennings gets the ball back. They want a big shot. Fires. Miss. Tried to get it, but this is Zamboanga. Zamboanga has won this. Congratulations, Zamboanga Valientes. A great game.
Yeah, it's a great game. It is Ben. Macau Black Bears will fall to the Zamboanga Valientes team 92 to 82. It's been a great game here. Great performance from Mario Chalmers, might I say, as well. But it was Jeremy Arthur who led the Zamboanga team in the final stretch of this game. Macau Black Bears had two really great performances as well. Daquan Abram, 27 points, as well as Isaiah Wade, 24 points, as well as Jennings Leong. Don't forget about Jennings Leong, the sharpshooter, total 18 points in the game.
Final score right here, Zamboanga Valientes 92, Macau Black Bears 82. We're just gonna recap it right here and then catch up with one of the players for an interview shortly.
Yeah, you know, Ben, it's been a great game. You know, great two games today right here at the Maba Stadium. You know, if you are in KL or if you're nearby, do stop by. Remember to come down and support your team, like how the Filipinos came down to support the Zamboanga Valientes team today right here. We do have two games all the way to the 8th of February here at the Maba Stadium, and you don't miss your chance to catch Mario Chalmers down here, as well as the couple of teams, the other teams available here in the ASEAN Basketball League. Tomorrow there will be two more games up here. Hong Kong Eastern will take on the Saigon Heat at 4 p.m. as well as the NS Matrix Malaysia team taking on the Cooley Bangkok Tigers at 6 p.m. So it's gonna be earlier games. Do set your alarms for this so that you don't miss more ABL action. As we take a look at the full-time highlights right there, that Cisse bucket extending the lead to a 10-point lead, and almost pretty much the dagger for Zamboanga Valientes. The dagger in Macau Black Bears there. 92-82 is your final score as we take a look at the full-time stats. 42 rebounds, 39 rebounds, really similar in that regards, but Zamboanga profited from the 44% shooting from three-point range, as well as the 27 bench points. The Macau Black Bears relying heavily on their starters, and I am surprised that Isaiah Wade and D'Angelo Hamilton did not foul out of the game after collecting 4 fouls and 3 fouls respectively in the first half itself. So first win for Zamboanga Valientes in the ASEAN Basketball League, and we are ready to go to Ben Ibrahim on the sideline, standing with my man Antonio Hester. let's go to you.
Meng, what a game today. Antonio Hester, 21 points and 9 rebounds. My friend, it was a very, very tight game out there. Tell us about all the emotions that ran through the game. You dominated the second quarter, but in the third quarter, Macau came back into it.
Yeah, first of all, we want to give a shout out to Macau. They're a tough team, man. You know, we played against them before and they put it on us, no homo, but they're a good team. But tonight we came out and we played aggressive and we held it down.
Now tell us about all the emotions of, you know, Mario Chalmers, that he dominated all of social media this week with all the talk. I mean, with a big, big player like that coming onto your team, you know, living up to the expectation of his standards. Tell us about all that.
Well, I know him, you know, back home, me and him play together a lot and we train together, so I already knew what he was bringing to the team, and, you know, I just told the guys just to welcome him in as family, just how they did me, and, you know, just don't overwhelm him and just let him play ball. And that's what he did tonight, so happy for him and looking forward to the next game with him.
And a great win, but what does this mean for Zamboanga Valientes as a basketball team moving forward? Because it's the business end of the tournament right here in Malaysia, and then Saigon, and the playoffs are not far away.
Yeah, I know. And obviously this was a big game for us. We definitely needed this one. And for the city of Zamboanga, you know, appreciate you guys always showing love and support. And, you know, we just want you guys to be here for the next game.
Well, all the best, my friend. Keep bringing that very, very good basketball to the game right here. You get some good rest, and we'll catch you in the next game. Thanks, my friend. Look, everyone, we had a great, great audience right here, not just in Maba Stadium, but from everybody tuning from around the world, all the way in America, all the way in Philippines, all the way in Canada, all the way in Macau, wherever you are around the world. The ASEAN Basketball League is an international basketball league. As you can see right here, many, many players and coaches from all around the world making our league a truly global league. On behalf of my analyst, commentator partner Meng, and everybody here in the production team, and myself, Ben Ibrahim, thank you for watching this game between Zamboanga Valientes and the Macau Black Bears, and we'll catch you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Malaysian time. We have 2 games. Have a great day wherever you are around the world. This is the ASEAN Basketball League.
This broadcast of the ASEAN Basketball League may not be reused in any way, shape, or form without an express written consent of the ABL.